Well, a much different result than Game 1 of the doubleheader. Jays, well, as of right now at least, down 13-3 to the Cleveland Indians in the top of the ninth inning. I mean, the Jays have what? They have runners in the corners, so they might score another one, but really doesn't matter. And you know what? The funny thing is about this, the Jays got off to a 1-0 lead. In the top of the second inning, Guillermo Solarte goes down and gets a pitch. And with his face all bunged up and everything, I mean, it's hilarious because he's somehow having an unbelievable couple games here. And he goes 3 for 4 in this game again today. Before coming into the game, he was hitting 220-something. Now he's hitting 287 with this crazy day that he's had. But the Jays get off to the 1-0 lead. Francisco Lindor singles to center field in the bottom of the third inning. Gonzalez comes in to score. It's a 1-1 game. Top of the fourth inning, the heavens open up. You know what I mean? You know what that means? Josh Donaldson's come to play. And he's been back for 2 games. He's got 2 home runs. The weather didn't start out great in Cleveland. And will you quit it? I got mad at you in the Raptor video. Come on now. And the rain continued. Well, the physical rain didn't continue, but the dingers from Josh Donaldson did. Holy smoke. He got a hold of that high pitch and just barreled it. I mean, he smoked that pitch. And the Jays get the lead right back. It's 2-1. And the rest is really history. I mean, Roberto Perez singles to center field. Tyler Naquin scored in the fourth inning. That ties the game. And I'm not going to say anything about the fifth because all I'm going to say is they scored 9 runs in the fifth inning. I'm just going to leave that there. 2-2 game coming in. 11-2 lead leaving. We saw that in the last game, in Game 1 of the series of the doubleheader. You know, the Jays had the 5-0 lead, and they had to give up a 7 spot, and it's a 7-5 game. I mean, that was kind of scary, but Joe Biagini, I mean, like, it reminded me of Garcia. Had a few great innings. Joe Biagini had a great start, a great first 2 or 3 innings. And in the fifth inning, I mean, geez, he really bit the bullet. Really looked awful. 4 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Look, this whole Joe Biagini as a starter experiment, ever since they started, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of it. And ever since they've continued it, I've still said I'm not a huge fan of it. He was not great. He was fantastic as a reliever when he was. But I think they should maybe rethink this whole starter thing with Joe Biagini. Luis Santos came. You know what? As much as Joe was awful, Luis Santos came in the fifth inning and he couldn't get it out. He walked 3 and gave up 2 doubles in a row. He ends with an inning and 2/3 of 5 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, and a couple strikeouts to his line. He was awful, and he got brought up today because Danny Barnes wouldn't be able to play, so they had to send him down to bring up another reliever. They bring up Santos, and he gets torched. Carlos Ramirez is the only guy who, I mean, did semi-okay, but even in a regular baseball game, he was awful. 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, but he walked 4 guys. But you know what? The bullpen was so taxed in this game. In Game 1, 7 different relievers. And the Jays are on some crazy swing right now where they just played 3 in Minnesota. They quickly traveled to Cleveland to play 2 of a doubleheader, which was delayed a few hours even. The first game was supposed to go at 1 o'clock. The second game was supposed to be at 4. Heck, this doubleheader should have been done when our normal 7:10 or 7:04, whatever the heck is 7:07 first pitches usually start. But instead, it's a late game. It's 11:30, and we're still talking about this. Crazy. Long day for the Jays, and now they got to hop right back on a plane and head down to Tampa, Florida to play in the worst ballpark in the league, Tropicana Field. There's no one there, and it just looks gross. You have a closed dome that can't open in Tampa, Florida. Not sure how that works. But, hey, it is the way it is, and if we're trying to find positives, Diaz hit a home run there. I mean, when it was 12-2. Or was it 12-2 or 13-2 at that? It doesn't really matter. He got the 3rd run of the game. It was the solo shot, and I think it was the top of the 8th inning. Dwight Smith Jr., great to see him back up here, and he goes 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. You know, when he was up with the Blue Jays last year, he did pretty good. I think he was like a 350 hitter when he was with the Blue Jays last year. Got sent back down, and that was that. Gets called up, first game, hits a couple doubles, and gets an RBI. I've always liked this young man. I think he should be really getting a shot to play in the outfield, but it is so crowded right now that it's going to be kind of tough to find him a spot. Kevin Pillar continues his hit streak. He was 1 for 4 in the game. We already said Solarte was 3 for 4. Donaldson was 1 for 4, obviously, with the home run. But other than that, nothing else to it. Jays lose. They win the series, technically. And now they've been in a win-loss spot. So you got to get back in the win column in your next one. Tomorrow, J.A Happ versus, oh boy, here comes the name that I'm going to try and pronounce. Ryan Yarbrough. I think that's actually how you pronounce it. Tampa Bay, down in Tampa. J.A Happ, I mean, he's been on an absolute tear to start the year. 4-1 with a 3.5 ERA. He looks to continue pitching very, very well. The Rays, a rebuilding ball club. They've played very well as of late. They've lost their last couple of games, however. But for the Blue Jays, you got to go in there and take game 1. They've done a lot of that this year, of taking the first game of series. They got to do that again tomorrow. Look to see Luis Santos sent back down and Barnes being called back up. Great, you know what? Congratulations to Justin Smoke though on the birth of his new. Oh boy, was it a boy or a girl? I'm not too sure exactly, but he got a new child. Congratulations to Justin Smoke. He was not there for the doubleheader today, but family is more important. This is a job. It's a game. Whatever. Family comes first. Justin Smoke, congratulations, bud. And whenever you can get back in the lineup, it wouldn't hurt, because watching Morales and Solarte play first base wasn't all that fun. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed the video, and you guys enjoyed the first game of this series. Hey, smack that like button. I do appreciate that, because, I mean, let's not talk about the second game. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of the game. What you think of Joe Biagini? What are your thoughts towards Biagini as a starter in general? I want to hear what you guys have to say, and we'll talk to you guys. We'll talk to you guys, Tuesday podcast edition. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Go check that out down below. Twitter is also down there. Send me a DM, follow up on Twitter, do all that great stuff. And we'll talk to you guys Rappers edition Saturday night as they, I don't know. They're going to an arena where they have never in their franchise history. And yeah, we played Cleveland quite a bit in the playoffs. We have never's a very long time, never won a playoff game. Not a series, a game. And you're down 2-0. You lose both there, season's done, and you get swept, and that's that. They got to find a way to get a win there. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really tough, and the momentum for the Raptors are nowhere to be found. We'll talk 8:30 tip-off there at Quicken Loans Arena. We'll talk to you guys then, and we'll talk to you guys Blue Jays edition tomorrow night, 7:10 first pitch. J.A Happ versus Ryan Yarbrough down at Tropicana Field. I mean, I'm not looking forward to Tropicana Field. I don't think the Jays ever do, because they always have a weird time facing the Tampa Bay Rays. But we'll talk to you guys then, hoping the Jays can start off that series on a good note, and for the most part, getting back in the win column. We'll talk to you guys then.